I want to thank everybody who purchased the nutrition course. I have Ryan Johnson on. He is an expert in training and also in nutrition. He suggests the food that I've been eating, and he's suggesting to a lot of young players as well. And he's really an expert in this field. And that's why I wanted him to jump on and talk to you and navigate basically this whole thing with you. What I was trying to get to with this, or what I'm trying to do with this, is that I understand that you're going to go to travel ball tournaments, and it's going to be very hectic. You're going to be like, all right, what can we eat in the crunch? So I figure, what if I help solve that solution by creating this on the travel road guide to help you out? So like what you would eat at, and I have 6 different restaurants. I have Wendy's, I have Subway, I have Chipotle, I have McDonald's, I have Burger King, and I have one more. I just can't think of it right off the top of the head, but you'll see right now. And I wanted RJ, Ryan Johnson, to also be able to advise you, because he's been helping me, and he's helping a lot of kids up in the Rochester, New York area and across the country. So I thought that it would be pretty cool to have him on and help you. And it just adds to this course that we're building. We want you guys to, we want your kids to get the best results. And by eating the right foods, or the healthiest option in this situation, you can, play to your full potential and dominate on the field. So I'm going to throw it over to RJ, Ryan Johnson, right now. And today we have the first one we have is the Wendy's menu. Have the Wendy's menu, and then he's going to take over and advise you what he believes you should to eat and why. And then we're just going to go right through it, knock these out. And that'll be it. Give you, a way to be good or do well in the circumstances that you are, or eat well in the circumstances that you are in. Okay, so enough talking. Let me throw it over to RJ.
Jermaine, thank you so much for the awesome introduction, man. I'm super excited to be here and super excited to help whoever I can with their nutrition. Travel ball is a long weekend for a lot of parents. I know it's not really ideal for most parents to spend a lot of time in the kitchen beforehand to prepare meals. If they can do that, great. But if not, trust me, I've been there where we have to eat out or we have to go to a drive-through just because we didn't prepare ahead of time. And just kind of knowing the best options from whichever place you go is going to help you pay big dividends when you get on that baseball field. As we know, nutrition is the number one way to really increase and enhance that performance, along with sleep and good hydration. So making sure we're getting that in, even if we're in a crunch, is crucial. And if that means going to a fast food place, then you know what? Then that's what we got to do. So one of the options that you did give was Wendy's. And I think Wendy's is a great way to start off, just because out of all the fast food restaurants, I would say Wendy's is up there where you can make it to be very, very healthy and very effective. The reason I say that, when I was in college looking for different meal options to go places, Wendy's would always be my go-to just because of the good offerings that they had. Reason being, their salads, absolutely incredible. I would highly recommend going there just on any day, just getting one of their salads here. I know salads sometimes get a bad rep from any fast food place just because you think, oh, it's a fast food place, how good can a salad be? But I promise you, Wendy's salads are absolutely awesome. Whether you're a player or a parent, Wendy's salads are the way to go. They're much better than McDonald's from a taste standpoint. Number 2, they had a little bit more variety than what McDonald's has. If I'm not mistaken, I think McDonald's only has the just regular, and then they have a Southwest one. But Wendy's has some awesome choices here with the apple pecan chicken, the Asian cashew chicken, the barbecue ranch chicken, and the spicy chicken Caesar. If you're worried about calories, or if you're worried about maybe a salad being equal to what maybe a burger might be in calories and fat, one easy way to really swap that out is maybe even bring your own dressing opposed to putting their dressing that they provide for you. That way you don't, douse it in their dressing that's full of fat. So maybe having a side of your own dressing, bringing it with you in the bottle, or going to any type of store and just buying the dressing, having it in your car. That way you can load it on your salad would be a good option if you're very concerned about the fat content and the calorie content and dressing they give you. But I would definitely go with one of their salads there. And even if you don't have that side of dressing that you bring on your own, just not maybe putting the whole package on and just putting little by little on as you go will definitely pay big dividends as well. So the salads from Wendy's are absolutely amazing. Definitely one of my go-tos too. You're getting some good vegetables in. You're getting a good protein in. And as a side, you can always go with the baked potato. That's one thing that really separates Wendy's from a different fast food counterpart is they go ahead and they can offer like a baked potato instead of like a French fry. Baked potato over French fry all day, more of a whole food, not processed, not fried, right? Obviously, a baked potato can get pretty crazy with, if you throw the cheddar on there or the sour cream on there. But, like I said, in moderation, that's not a bad thing. You want to throw a little sour cream on there. You want to throw a little bit of cheddar on there. Whatever you got to do to make that tasteful for you without going too crazy, that's what you got to do. As long as you're getting something in your system, I promise you the baked potato is going to be a better option than what maybe a medium or large fry would be. Lastly, anytime you go to a fast food place, whether it be Wendy's or whether it be McDonald's, any type of drive-through, don't drink your calories, right? So Wendy's is a great restaurant that has a lot of different beverage options. So like the lemonades or the berry iced teas or the sodas
Yeah.
or the apple juices or any of those sugary drinks, right? That sounds so awesome, especially, if it's a hot summer day and you're a player and you want to get something in you. Best thing to do is to go ahead and get water in you. You can go ahead and get like a 1% milk or maybe even a chocolate milk. A chocolate milk would be a great option as well from Wendy's, but just don't drink those calories. Don't go ahead and get, a sugary drink and you'll feel great after you drink that drink. But I promise 20 minutes from now or from your drive back to the field or drive home, you're going to crash because those simple sugars and those simple carbs are going to absolutely spike you up, and then you'll have a nice fall back down. You'll almost feel kind of like worse than what you did before you actually got to Wendy's and had a meal. So just making sure we don't drink our calories and, over intake and overindulge in sugar is going to be key to whether we go to Wendy's or any fast food place.
Amazing. So what you're recommending is that they have a salad with a baked potato from the Wendy's menu.
Yes, absolutely. I think that would be a great option. The chicken wraps are also great too if you want something in your system. Maybe you're not too hungry. Always go grilled instead of fried if you're going to get a sandwich. If you're going to get a burger, go ahead. Just if you want to go ahead and reduce that fat count, maybe take the cheese off or maybe even take the buns off too. And instead of choosing mayo, throwing ketchup on there instead or something like that. So.
Gotcha. Okay, that's great advice. Let's go to our next one. So now we have Burger King. Okay. We have, I'm guessing, yes, I have the full menu right here. Okay. So we have Burger King right here. The menu's a little bit fuzzy or hazy. So I'm sorry about that, but can you see this pretty well?
Yeah, no, it looks good.
Okay, perfect. So what would you recommend in this circumstance?
Yeah, so again, always looking at the salads, that'd be a good way to start for sure. Just making sure to see what they have, if it's a good option, if it appeals to you, definitely going that route. Out of all the fast food restaurants, I would really say that Burger King is probably going to be one of the ones that finding a good healthy option would be the toughest.
Ooh,
They don't really offer too much that is very good nutrition wise, especially when their breakfast portions here. Every time you get a breakfast sandwich, if you have to put it on a croissant or maybe even a biscuit, like that fat count and that saturated fat count is way up than opposed to what it'd be with like a bagel. And unfortunately, they don't offer that bagel option for you for breakfast. So if you do have to get a breakfast menu or option from Burger King, definitely ask if they can put it in one of their wraps or maybe even like a burger bun instead of what the biscuit or the croissant is. That's a good way to kind of save some calories there. But I would go ahead and I would look at the salads. Maybe another thing might be is the pancakes. Instead of loading it with syrup, maybe you can bring some honey on your own, or maybe you can even ask for honey. They might have a side of honey that they can give you that you can put it on the pancakes instead of the syrup, because you throw syrup on pancakes, waffles, anything. That is a lot of sugar. That is a lot of calories, and that's a great way to crash pretty quickly. Same with the French toast sticks too. Go ahead and get the French toast sticks, but if you can dip it in something other than syrup, or you can eat it without syrup, that'd be a great option. Even if you have to do the syrup, maybe a little bit better than all of it that's in the package would be a good thing, a good way to go. Burger King has also done a thing where they're really trying to appeal to vegans. So the Impossible Burger, I did try that. It tastes absolutely awesome. The Impossible Whopper is really good, and I really can't believe there is no meat in there. It
I've
is
never
pretty
tried
high
it
in
yet.
fat.
It's really good.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. It tastes just like a regular Whopper, and I haven't had a Whopper in a few years. But when I took a first bite of that Impossible Whopper, I was like, "Holy cow! This like reminds me of what I would always eat in high school." So, so pretty awesome stuff with that Impossible Whopper there. But if you have to get an item off there, I would go with the salads. I would go with the pancakes or French toast sticks. Go light on the syrup, and then maybe even the Impossible Whopper too, if you want to give that a try. But I know some people might be turned off because they're like, "Oh, well, I'm not eating meat, right?" But I would also go with the original chicken sandwich too. I know it's fried, and I don't believe they offer a grilled option. I could be wrong on that, but I believe they only offer the fried option. Just don't get the mayo on there. I would get anything barbecue sauce, ketchup, any of those, opposed to like a mayo or a creamy sauce like that mayo or ranch. So
Awesome. Awesome. Let's keep it going. So now we have Subway.
Subway is always a great option anytime you can go there. Obviously, it's not going to be as good as what maybe like going to a Wegmans and getting a fresh deli sub, or going to like a DeBella's and getting a fresh deli sub, just because their meat is pretty processed and not, fresh cut off the bone. But if you have to go ahead and go to Subway, there's really not a bad option on here. Things to stay away from, I would say, is going to be the mayo. Again, any creamy sauces that you put on your sub. If you can pick a bread, go ahead and go with the honey oat or the wheat, just making sure you're getting some really good carbs in there, slow digesting carbs, opposed to maybe a white bread, which is going to give you that quick burst of energy, right? But then you're going to crash. So definitely, if you're going to go ahead and choose a bread, go honey oat, go wheat, and that'll definitely make a big difference there. Like I said, if you're worried about the calories, don't go with a mayo or a ranch-based sauce. And you can also go light on the cheese as well. Things like a meatball sub is something I would stay away from, just because there's a lot of fat content in there, and that might slow you down if you're going to eat that before a game for sure. Things I would go to, the sweet onion chicken teriyaki. That is one of
Ooh,
my
yeah,
favorites, but making sure the sauce, because there's a lot of sugar in that sauce, making
that's
sure we go
true.
light with the sauce, or maybe even getting a side of the sauce so you can dip it in, but not using all of it, obviously. So that's one of my favorites from there. Another one of my favorites is actually getting just like one of the chicken bacon ranches, but instead of throwing the ranch on there, is throwing barbecue sauce on there. You can throw cheddar cheese on there, and you get a nice little like Southwest type of meal. It's awesome. So that those would be some options I'd go from. But again, like I would say, stay away from the meatball sub. Any meats like a salami or a pepperoni, or I would also stay away from too, just because the fat content is so high. Things like turkey is always great. Things like chicken's always great. Even the steak isn't too bad as well. So one of the things I did find over my years of trying to find healthy meals, and as a college student trying to find the cheapest meal, was if you actually get their breakfast menu, you're getting way more food than what you would if you were just get a regular foot long for $10. Like the breakfast foot long, you can get a steak, egg, and cheese for like $6, opposed to like a $10 egg and cheese, or I'm sorry, $10 steak and cheese. So you can save some money there, get some more calories in you too. You can also choose an egg white with their breakfast menu. So you can get a foot long, you can get an egg white, you can get some cheese on there, and you can get all the vegetables you could think of. So throw some ham on there if you want, or some steak on there. But probably their cheapest, healthiest option would be going off their breakfast menu, actually.
Nice, nice, and please stay away from the cookies too. Those things are addictive.
They're dangerous, man.
Yeah, I used to
That's
always get those cookies, and I knew it wasn't good for me, especially before a game or even after the game, and because I would crash every time. But please stay away from those things.
that's more of a celebration thing, right?
Yep. All right, let's keep it going.
So KFC, this is the biggest one, right? Staying away from the fried part of the chicken here. I know Kentucky Fried Chicken, it'd be kind of crazy to go there and get a grilled chicken piece, but you know what? Like if you're looking to really do a good job of filling up your body, you'll go there and you'll get the grilled chicken, any grilled chickens that they offer, which isn't a bad thing at all. Like over the summer, I went ahead and I got like the grilled chicken box for like $5 or whatever it was. Good piece of grilled chicken. You can choose some sides. Like my sides were like a green beans and a sweet corn. It was always a great option too. The baked beans is always an amazing option, just because those beans will provide that protein, they'll provide the carbs all in one there. So that would be another great option to get. Their sides are actually a lot more healthy than what their entrees are, which is a little bit unusual for a fast food place. But the mashed potatoes are good. The coleslaw is pretty good. The sweet corn's good. Green beans are good. Baked beans are good. But just staying away from like the biscuits and the fried chicken would be the biggest thing I would say. Also staying away from those sugary drinks, staying away from those desserts would be good as well. So anytime you go to that Kentucky Fried Chicken, see if they have a grilled chicken option, and go ahead and load up on those sides, because they'll definitely be a better option than getting, say, like a side of a large fry.
Good stuff. Good stuff. We keep this going. Let me see what's the next one. Old McDonald's.
I gotta love it, right?
Okay. Oh, you almost said their slogan.
Yeah, right. Almost. I think I've been there too many times, right? I think we all have.
So
Yeah,
I know it's not clear, but the people they would know this menu. So
oh, absolutely, yeah. It's probably the most popular food chain that we have here. But with the McDonald's, the great thing about that is you can go ahead and choose that grilled chicken sandwich instead of the fried chicken. That'd be my number one go-to for them. Unfortunately, I believe they did away with the snack wraps. I don't know why, but the snack wraps will always be my go-to, getting the grilled chicken version and maybe getting barbecue sauce instead of ranch. But one thing that we can go with is a egg McMuffin on the breakfast sandwich there. I think there's like 310 calories and only 9 grams of fat. You're getting some good protein. You're getting some good carbs in there. If you have to go there for breakfast, or even not, because I do serve breakfast all day, getting the egg McMuffin is a great option. Just ask for them not to butter the roll. And it's a really, really good choice off that menu there, which I don't think a lot of people think about. But they have some great deals too on that, which is like a 2 for $4 sometimes, or maybe even a 2 for $3, depending on what time of year you go. So their breakfast is definitely, you can definitely see some good options off of there. The egg McMuffin, again, you get the pancakes, just go light on the syrup there. They do have scrambled eggs that you can get as well. Obviously not as good as what scrambled eggs would be if you did it at home. But again, if you're on a pinch, great option there. Things I would stay away from, anything sausage based, anything with like a hash brown, just because it is fried and usually drenched in oil. If you have to choose a sandwich on there, instead of getting with the McGriddle or instead of getting the biscuit, go ahead and choose that bagel option. Again, it'll be a much healthier option for you opposed to the biscuit or the McGriddle. Moving on to the dinner or lunch portion, definitely go with the salad if you can. If you can choose a lighter sauce and ranch, go ahead and do that. And also go for the grilled chicken opposed to anything else. I know they have like a yogurt parfait, but a lot of times that yogurt parfait is loaded in sugar. So just making sure you go and check out the sugar content before you go ahead and purchase that is going to be big. If that's the only sugar in source that you have for the day, or one of the few sugar in sources that you have for the day, that wouldn't be a bad option at all. Just get some simple sugars in you. That way you're feeling fresh and ready to rock. But the cool thing about McDonald's is if you go on their website there, they have a nutrition calculator. So you can go on the website, you can literally pick what you're going to order, and then you can kind of see all the nutrition content. 2 things to look for would be total calories and then sugar content. And then kind of going from there to see if that's a good option for you or not.
And what are you shooting for in the total calories and the sugar content? Are you looking for low on each one, balance? Can you give a little insight on that?
Yeah, great question. So if it's before a game, like maybe say like an hour or 2 before a game, maybe going anywhere from 500 to less calories would be a great option for you, just so you're not overeating and then your body is tired just because it's doing such a tough job of breaking down all those calories. So just making sure we get something nice and light in us an hour or 2 before a game will be huge from there. Something like if they had a snack wrap, if you go to a place that does have a snack wrap, doing that. Even the apple slices, the yogurt parfait, anything that fits well with the stomach there. Egg McMuffin, that's only 300 calories. Something nice and light. If it's after a game, anywhere from 500 to 1,000 calories just to replenish our body would be a good thing. And then sugar content, if we can aim for anything on this menu that is less than, I would say, 20 grams of sugar total, not per serving, but total, that would be a good way to go.
Great stuff. Thank you. Thank you for educating them.
Yeah,
That's really good stuff right there. All right, let's keep it going. Okay, Taco Bell.
Oh, one of my favorites here.
Okay, Taco Bell.
Awesome. Yeah, so Taco Bell. The best thing about going to Taco Bell here is the power bowls and the power burritos. So you can go there. It's not, obviously not as good or not as tasty as what maybe Chipotle or Moe's might be, but on the go, nice quick meal, getting a power bowl or getting a power burrito is going to be an awesome option. In that, you can go ahead and you can get the chicken, you can get the steak, and you can load it up with any veggies. So anything like a tomatoes or lettuce or black beans, and you can go ahead and load that up nice and big, which is awesome. So that'd definitely be my go-to if you do have to go to Taco Bell. A nice cheap option that they now have at the Cravings menu is it's like chicken and cheese melt with just on a plain tortilla. You can ask for light sauce on there. It's only $1. You can get like 3 of them, and it's only a $3 meal. Nice, quick, easy, nice and light before a game. That'd be a great option to go to. Staying away from anything fried, so anything like the nachos or anything like a hard shell would be a good option. Always going with like the soft tortilla, or always going with anything that has a lot of veggies in there, like the lettuce and the tomatoes and the beans, would be a great option there. Definitely one of the more healthy menus out there just because of the food that they serve, but just making sure we stay away from the fried tortillas and the meals that have a lot of sour cream and a lot of food on there that can be a detriment to our performance would be big. So just making sure we choose the healthiest options on there. You can even go with the vegetarian favorites too. You can't go wrong with anything on that menu that they have. But a lot of good options here. You really can't go wrong too much. But again, just making sure being careful what we order is going to be big.
Is the Mexican pizza, is that a no-no?
So the Mexican pizza with the ground beef and the hard shell, I would say there are better options on there, like something like maybe like the Crunchwrap Supreme. I know you can kind of get like the same thing in there, but just with the soft shell instead of the hard shell would be a good option. And maybe swapping either on the Mexican pizza or the Crunchwrap Supreme out chicken for the beef will be great as well for you, calorie content and fat content wise. So if you like Mexican pizza, go ahead and put maybe chicken in there. Or if you want to go with the Crunchwrap Supreme, if you want to keep the beef, that'd be a better option there.
I remember at UCLA, we had a game. We usually have games on Saturdays and Sundays at like 1 p.m. I think it's 1 p.m. on Saturdays. And so I was in a time crunch, and I was like, I woke up late. You're trying to, stay up as late as you can because the games are at 7 p.m. on Friday nights, and it goes into 11, 12 o'clock because taking a shower, go back, and then you're getting tired, and then you got to wake up the next day for the next game. Well, anyways, I was, sleeping as much as I could. And then I was like, I got up and I went straight to Taco Bell, got me a Mexican pizza, and I regretted every moment of that. So it was like the 5th inning, and my stomach was just hurting. And I'm out there playing third base, and I'm just miserable. And I was like, oh, I got to run to the restroom. And like right when we came in, 3 outs, I'm just sprinting to the clubhouse. And my teammates are like, what is going on? And so that was the last day I ever ate Taco Bell before a game. So, I mean, I just had to bring that quick story up.
Oh, man, you were hoping for not a lot of walks and a pretty quick inning there, huh?
Exactly. So let's keep it going. All right, let's go. This is the last one. It's Chipotle.
Awesome. Yeah, one of my favorites. I just opened up one at my house, which is great. The closest one to me was like 40 minutes away. That's a common theme for where I live. So it's super exciting that they opened up one toward me. But Chipotle is one of my favorites here. Making sure we go ahead and we choose a bowl that's going to be our best option, or a burrito. It's our best option. Will be the way to go here. So if you're choosing, go with the brown rice instead of the white. Not a big deal, but I would say the brown rice would go ahead and sustain you a little bit more than what the white rice would be. When you go ahead and you can choose, load it up on veggies. So we want that corn salsa, we want the lettuce, we want the tomatoes. Go ahead and get the peppers and onions. Get as many veggies as you can on that bowl. Fill that up. If you want to stay away from anything that might make the bowl high calorie or high in fat, the cheese, the sour cream is something we can stay away from. If you still want that, want to make the bowl nice and kind of like creamy without the sour cream and cheese, go with the guac on the bowl or the burrito. It's going to be a really good way. The chips are absolutely awesome, but if we have a game, I would stay away from those just because they are a little bit higher in fat and higher in calories. Might slow you down, might make you feel a little groggy. So just making sure we get a burrito or a bowl, loading that up with veggies will be huge, and that'll be a great meal for you, post or pre-game. So At pregame, making sure maybe we should go with the bowl instead, or maybe a salad instead of the burrito, just because a little bit less calories. A lot of times the burritos can be anywhere from 800 to 1,000 calories, depending on what you put in it. So if you do get a burrito, making sure we go kind of like nice and light. But whichever you get, loaded up with the veggies, the beans, and your protein as well with brown rice, and you really can't go wrong.
Awesome. Awesome. Let me see if I have any more that I just brought up. No, I don't. All right. So I think that was very educational, and it gives you a lot of insight on what to eat during, on the road, being at a tournament. Things are moving so fast. And if you have to if you can't make your own food and you need to go to a restaurant chain, as you see across the nation at all these tournaments, then you have some options, the healthiest options to give your kid the best chance to play to their full potential. And if you're a young player, learning this stuff now is going to help you to really maximize your game. The game isn't going away from the nutrition. The game is going towards it, especially baseball. So if you look at the colleges, top colleges, now they're talking about nutrition. They're talking about these guys are eating every 3 hours, and they're trying to get stronger, bigger, faster. The game is going towards that. So you either got to jump on the train or you're going to get left behind. And if you're, have this course, you're definitely jumping on the train. So it'd be very good for you to just start taking advantage and learning this stuff. I wish I learned it earlier. It would help me even more in my career. I didn't think about that. I just thought about hitting, defense, running. I didn't think about my body, but my best year playing, where I hit the most home runs, most doubles, most everything. And I was like player of the month with the Reds, and basically organizational all-star player of the year. I lifted and I took care of my nutrition. And it took me until I was 27 years old to do that. So if I could have done that way sooner, things would have been a lot different, So my advice from person that has been there at the highest levels, this is the best investment you can give to yourself as an athlete. And if I'm looking back to myself, if I could talk to my younger self, I'm saying, hey man, you should have learned this when you were, teenager. You learned that, you took advantage, you got stronger. It would have helped you. You would have hit the ball harder. You would have ran faster. You would have hit more homers. You would hit more doubles. You would have just been in the best shape that you possibly could have been in to perform. So I can go on and on about this, but we're finished here. But Ryan, do you have anything else to say to the guys and the parents out there?
Jermaine, you hit the nail on the head there. I think nutrition and definitely lifting is two of the biggest things that almost any athlete, once they get to that college level, they're like, man, you know what, if I would have mastered that when I was a little bit younger, it would have been a complete game changer for me. Maybe I'd be in a different spot than I am right now. But no, nutrition and weightlifting is two of the things that can really change your performance. Skill is skill. You can always go ahead and get better at skill, but this is a thing that really, really separates you from your competition. It's something that you need to practice. It's something that you need to perfect. And it's also something that is almost always changing, right? So making sure we're staying up on like the latest trends and knowing what's good, knowing what's not good is always going to be a big key here. So Jermaine, I really appreciate you having me on. And as always, if we can do anything to help anyone out there, please let us know, and we're going to do our best to help us. So thank you, and definitely hope that this was helpful for you guys.
Awesome. Thank you.